Okay, you've received your Assistance Now watch, which you've ordered online. When you order the watch on assistancenow.com or any e-tailer, you're going to get an email that's going to send you to our site to set everything up. That's where you're going to put in mom or dad's vitals, medication information, any of the things that you want data-wise to be put in will be put in before you actually receive it. So by the time you receive it, that's all going to be set up. Of course, you have pink or black. So once you do receive the watch, you're going to open up this. It'll come in a shipping box, but once you pull this out, it'll look like this. Inside this inner box is the charger and an insert, which is going to allow you to use regular USB. Now this charger does happen to have a USB at the end, but the newer ones do have the smaller USB, and that you will need this converter for, okay? Once you open the box again and get the charger out and plugged in, there's an insert in here which is going to tell you a little bit about us and the functionality of the watch, which is basically an overview. This information also has our contact info, which you're going to keep in case you need to call us for any reason. So you're going to pull the watch out, charge it, and then once it's charged to 100%, this top button right here, which has a red, you're going to go ahead and push and hold that down. And you'll see the Samsung logo come up. That means it's going to start booting, okay? So I happen to have one that's already booted up. Now the process is going to take about 5 to 7 minutes. Once it's booted up, it's going to look like this. That is going to be the home screen for you or mom or dad or your loved one. It's got battery, date and time, and a big SOS red button in the center. You can activate a fall alert two ways. One is by actually falling or by pressing this SOS button. If there is an actual fall, it will detect it and bring up the I'm okay or SOS screen. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the watch and show you how that works. As you can see, there is an I'm okay or SOS screen. I push I'm okay, and it will go straight to the screen where you can momentarily turn off the fall detection. If you're being active, moving your hands around a lot and you're getting false alerts, it will give you this option. Otherwise, you just press the back button and you can go back to your main screen. That button is basically for emergencies. If you push that button or they push that button, SOS or I'm okay is going to come up. If they push I'm okay, it's going to clear. If they push SOS, it's going to go to the call out feature, which is going to call either professional monitoring, being our company, or if somebody in the family is the first in line, they're going to get the call, okay? Now, either way, if mom or dad pushes I'm okay, you're still going to get this text which says fall detection happened, but I'm okay was pressed. So you'll know even if mom or dad pressed I'm okay. Now, from this point, either they press I'm okay or SOS, let's say they pressed I'm okay and it clears, you can use the back button to go back or double click the top. That'll take you to the application, okay? So our application has fall detection. If you push fall detection, the same thing you saw before, I'm okay or SOS will pop up. Use the back button to go back. You can scroll next to heart rate. This is one of the first things that we want to do. We want to push heart rate. We want to get a heart rate reading. That will connect the watch to our cloud application and start the data process working, okay? Back button back again. Let's go to the next one, and I believe that says medication. That's going to have all of the medication lists. Now, the medication, it's going to be set up to be taken at specific times, and what that medication is, there's going to be an audio alert at that time, and it's going to repeat itself. So if they don't hear it, they can always go to the medication screen and see what those medications were. Okay, let's push the back button one more time, and next we'll go to location. So location in this case is turned off. Location does use battery, so if mom or dad don't have potential issues with getting lost, then I would keep that off. Otherwise, this is going to give you location data, and it's going to say if mom or dad went in or outside the area, and it's also going to push that information to the app for the family to see or whoever's doing the monitoring. Last is settings. You're going to push settings, and you probably will never use this. Mom or dad will probably never use this, but if they want to, it's very easy. They just push settings, and up comes a couple of options. One is to turn on or off location, and the other is to turn on or off fall detection. So if they are doing an activity that is hand movement or arm movement, there's a lot of that going on, then they're going to want to pause the fall detection. Otherwise, we'll get a lot of false alerts. And that is simply just touching that button. It will automatically go back on in 4 hours. Otherwise, they have plenty of time to do whatever they need to do, and then again the watch will turn the fall detection back on automatically, so it will not stay off. But if they are doing something where there is a lot of arm movement, I do recommend using this feature. I'm going to go ahead and turn mine back on, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the back button and go back through, and the top button one time will take us back to the main screen. Now, mom or dad are probably going to never use anything but this main screen. So there won't be any features that they can get lost in. It's simply if they want to go to the app to see the medication, go to the settings. It's a double click up here. Otherwise, they don't need to do any of that. They're just going to stay in this screen. Okay, so you've received the watch, or the watch is on the way, and now you want to download the app. So you're going to go to the Apple App Store or the Samsung or Android Play Store and download Assistance now. What's going to happen is before this comes up, a login screen is going to come up. You're going to put in your phone number, push submit. It's going to send you a code, enter the code, and then you will get this screen. This is connecting you to the watch of mom or dad. So it's got the heart rate, which we'll get on a straight real-time feed. You got the reminders, which is going to tell you if the medication was taken and how many times. There's the location, which will tell you where mom or dad is, or if they've gone beyond the location that you've set. Again, we have that turned off at the moment. And fall detection, it's going to tell you how many fall alerts there were. So even if I'm okay has been pushed, it's still going to show you that there was a fall detection. You can drill down on any of these simply by pushing there and seeing how many falls, what time the fall was. Now again, these are alerts, not necessarily falls, but you'll have that data. Home button always takes you back to home. If you want to see what medications were taken and not taken, simply pushing the reminder box will take you to the data there. Heart rate is the heart in the middle. That'll tell you heart rate functionality, all the history, so you'll be able to see that. Now also remember, you've set high and low heart rate in the system. So if there is a low heart rate or a high heart rate relative to those numbers, then an alert will be sent out, and you'll also see that data here. There's also the battery. You'll be able to see mom or dad's battery in real time. And then of course, the location, which we've mentioned is turned off, but you will have history if that is on, and you'll be able to see where mom or dad went at any given time. Again, home button takes you back to home. This will give you all of the basic visual data connecting you to mom or dad's watch. And again, it's downloadable, Assistance now, at both the Android Play Store and the Apple App Store.